let's get this party started. All right, turning on computers, getting everything going. I was kind of bummed from Tuesday night. My speed sensor has been kind of on the brink, and unfortunately it wasn't giving me speed, so I wasn't seeing how fast I was going on those little sprint efforts, so that was kind of a bummer. So before we get started, those of you that are back in the mix or just coming on board, a couple of things that you're going to need at your access. One will be a full water bottle on your bike. Make sure you have that. A towel, because you probably will need it. We sweat a lot more when we're inside than when we do out, just because we don't have the same kind of airflow that we have outside. And if you have a fan, I have a ceiling fan and a little side fan. If you have a fan, that will help also to keep you in the mix, allow you to towel off in between the efforts. So right now, you should be in your easiest gear, that being your small ring in the front. If you have 2 rings or 3, it would be your middle ring. And the easiest gear that you have in the back. So some of you guys that have been with us, if you were here on Tuesday, we worked a little bit on power. Some of those short little hard sprints. Too bad you weren't here for that, Jody Hine. That was a good workout. We were looking for maximum power possible. Got a few emails afterwards. I think 683 for Earl. Somewhere in the 500s for a couple other people. So it was a good night, putting out some power. Tonight's going to be different kind of power. For those of you that have heart rate or power data, that's going to come into play tonight. If you don't have that information, then you're just going to use your rate of perceived exertion, which is a level from 1 to 10, 10 being all out. You can only hold it for a short period of time. So based on that scale, everybody's RPE scale is a little different. You can determine what level we want you to be at for these efforts tonight. So the workout normally starts like this, just sitting here, kind of warming up the legs for about 5 minutes. Then we'll go into a 5-minute opener that'll kind of get the legs opened a little bit further, get them ready. And then we'll move into the main set for tonight. Tonight, our main set isn't going to be super long. For any effort, you're not going any more than 3 minutes. But here's what this one's going to do tonight. We've done some kind of over-under work in the past, meaning high cadence, low cadence. So you're kind of working on both sides of your development. Tonight, we're going to work kind of in the heart rate zone and power zone, and we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to end up going to one zone and then quickly moving into slowly, not slowly, but moving into the next zone just slightly. So we want to keep it kind of close to the previous one, but enough that you're going to feel the difference. So you'll understand that once we get into those efforts. And of course, our cadence is going to have a huge effect on how we respond to that. If you don't have cadence, you can always follow my leg speed. I will let you know what leg speed I'm at, and we'll go from there. So, how are we going to get started tonight? So I'm going to mention some gears. If you're not familiar with the gears, I will help you through that process. Keep in mind, at the top of your cassette, you're probably around a 28 tooth cog or a 25. That's typically what most people have at the top nowadays. So the number of teeth on that cog determines the name of that gear. So to get us started in this first 5 minutes, we're going to be doing 15 seconds at a super high cadence. I want you to try to get to 110 plus. Then we're going to ease it back for 15. So it's 15 on, 15 off. The gear I want you in is your small ring and your 23. So if you have a 28 at the top, it's 28, 25, 23. So you're not going to a super hard gear. If for some reason you're bouncing when you try to get to that 110 cadence, then go ahead and shift yourself to one easier gear. All right, so here we go. 15 seconds at 110 cadence. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Really got to hold those abs tight to keep that cadence going fast. I'm actually at 120. So if you're following my leg speed, 3, 2, bring it down to 90. Let it just flow because you're going to spin right back up in 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Right back up to 110. Really holding that core tight. Upper body is still. Only the legs are moving. 3, 2, easy gear. So you're going to feel the heart rate starting to rise. That's what we know about cadence work. 3, 2, 1, bring it up. 110. Nice and steady in the upper body. There you go. Keep the legs spinning. Light on your feet. And 3, 2, bringing it down. This is really going to get the lactic acid starting to move. You might feel a little burn in the legs. That's what we want. And go. Back up to 110. Settle in. Get yourself tall. That's going to help you stay in the saddle. 3, 2, backing it down. Going up to 2 minutes. 3 more of this to go. It's a nice steady effort. Here we go. 3, 2, bring it up. 110. Hold it there. If you're getting to 120, that's fine too. We're looking for fast legs. And easy. Woo! Feeling it working. You're starting to sweat. That's what we want. 3, 2, bringing it up. Getting that leg speed. Little bend in those elbows. Relaxed upper body. Back down. Nice and easy. Coming up to 3 minutes. 2 to go after that. 3, 2, bringing it up. Feel the spin. Feel how light your legs can be. You should really be able to push this gear. 3, 2, nice and easy. Shouldn't have any problems getting to that cadence in this gear. Here we go. 3, 2, bringing it up. Fast legs, fast legs, fast legs. $15 seconds each time. And easy. You're going to come to 4 minutes after this easy time. And then 1 more minute of this to go. Starting to feel the sweat coming on. And 3, 2, let's go. 110. 120 if you can get it. Even pedal stroke. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. One more to go. Really think about using that torso. Get your butt in the saddle. 3, 2, let's go. Last time. At this high cadence. Enough to spin the legs out. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. Shift all the way to the top of your cassette. Take a drink. So you know the drill. You need to finish that water bottle by the end of this workout. Make that your goal for today. In addition to hitting each one of these efforts exactly the way we want to. So our first effort, just a little preview of what's to come. We're going to do 1 minute. I want you to hold between 95 and 100 cadence. And I want you to get to zone 4. Get into zone 4 wherever you can. For those of you that are using rated perceived exertion, you're looking at around an 8 in effort level. 8, 9 maybe. Then you're going to do 2 minutes where we're going to drop the cadence down. And hopefully your heart rate and power is going to come with it. And you're going to go into 2 minutes worth of zone 3 effort. So we're going to set you up. Bust out of the gate. Settle in. And then we're going to do 1 minute as an all-out effort. We're going to put you in a little harder gear for that. We're going to force you to kind of work the cadence a bit. So that's going to be the toughest part, that last minute. So if you settle into zone 3 properly, then you should have the legs left to get you to that all-out 1 minute last effort. All right, so we're starting off. Big ring. That's your left hand for those of you that are new to the gearing. You're going to shift down to your 23, which was the same gear that you just did that last effort in. I want you to give me 1 minute, 95 to 100 cadence. Get that power heart rate into zone 4. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Be consistent here. I'm going to hold 95 so you can see that cadence. Let me bring it down a little bit. All right, there we go. 95 cadence. You're following my legs. That's the cadence you want to be at. Holding steady. 15 more seconds here. If the legs are burning, you're doing this right. This is the zone where you're going to feel it. Now you're going to shift down harder. 2 more gears. Then to your small ring. Bring your cadence right to 90. Settle in to zone 3. 2 minutes here. If you need 1 gear harder or 1 gear easier to get to the right place, then make that change. You're settling in now. If this feels good, then you're doing it right. Zone 3 doesn't have to feel miserable. I'm going to get my cadence About to 90. In case you need it. Right there I am. Dead on to my zone 3. I actually shifted to one harder gear to make that work. So if you need to do the same thing, make it happen. Remember, this is all your bottom half working. If I take my arms and body out of the equation, the legs should work independently. Nobody's doing this. Nice and still. Steady on top. In 10 seconds, you're going to shift to 2 harder gears and give me a 1-minute effort, all out. Pace it though. 3, 2, shifting down. 2 harder gears, holding that cadence between 90 and 100. I'll give you 15 seconds. 45 to go. Nice and steady. Come on, push through this. Force yourself to go a little harder here. 30 seconds to go. Feel your breathing. Start to get labored. If that's the case, you're doing it right. 15 to go. Come on. Don't stop yet. 3, 2, 1. Easy gear. Woo! Small ring. Easy gear. Take a drink. 2 minutes down. All right, so here's how this is going to go next. We're going to do the reverse. 3 minutes at zone 3. Then 2 minutes at zone 4. So that means that first 3 minutes, really settle in, hold a nice solid 90 cadence. I'm going to give you a gear suggestion. You can stay there, or if you need to make a change to that, you may. So remember, if those legs are burning in that 3 minutes, you're going too hard. So that last minute of that last set, your legs definitely started to burn. Your heart rate started to rise. You felt your breathing getting really labored. Those are signs that we know what zone we're in. Pay attention to those signs so that you can monitor them during the workouts, but then when we start getting outside again. So we're going to go 25 more seconds. So the first 3 minutes of this next set. Zone 3, cadence 90, easy, small ring around your 19. So you're probably going to shift 3 to 4 times, maybe 5 if you feel like you need that. All right, let's find the gear. 3, 2, 1, 90 cadence. Zone 3 effort. You might find yourself kind of in between, needing a little harder gear. Play around with those gears if you feel like you can't settle in right off the bat. We're going to do this twice, but we're going to change the gears for the next set. So I'm sitting at 93 cadence, right kind of at the middle bottom of my zone 3. We're just going to sit here and hold this. All those body metrics, that's what we want you to think about. Is your butt in the saddle? Are your hips in the right place? If your body's too forward, you're going to feel this. If your seat's too far back and your feet are out in front, then you're using too much glutes. So you should be relatively in a nice tall position in your torso. Feet should be nice and light, feeling the upward part of that stroke. We're halfway there. Do an evaluation. How are you feeling? Is your cadence too high or too low? Is your output, heart rate or power, rated perceived exertion should be about a 7. You shouldn't be breathing super heavy right now. You should be able to talk to me in about 4 or 5 words if I ask you a sentence. Settle in, enjoy this. Enjoy the time in these kind of efforts. Sometimes people say to me, oh, it's so hard to work in zone 3. Yeah, because most of the time, we don't work enough here. There's actually a book called the 80-20 rule. 80% in zone 3, 20% above that. You can apply that to your cycling too. Now, in 10 seconds, you're going to shift to your 15. Your cadence might drop, but I want you to get to zone 4. 3, 2, 1. You're going to go 2 gears, maybe 3. 2 minutes. 80 to 90 cadence. Get yourself settled in to that zone 4 effort. I've got my cadence right at 87. I'm right where I want to be in terms of my power. Now, if your legs are burned now, they should be. If your breathing's starting to get a little labored, then you're doing it right. Check your metrics. Where are your hands on the bars? 1 more minute to go. Stay steady. Don't let the effort drop. We want to see consistent 2 minutes here at the same effort level. Focus on one thing to help you through it, be it your heart rate, your cadence. Sometimes multitasking makes it too complicated. Hold on to it all the way to the end. 3, 2, 1. Back up to that easy gear. 2 minutes easy. Take a drink. So here's what I want us to work on tonight. When I do 3, 2, 1, at the end of an effort, I will bet that when I say 3, every single one of you slows down your cadence, starts your recovery before I say 1. So our goal tonight is when I say 3, 2, 1, I want you to hold that same effort level all the way until those last 3 ticks of the clock are done. Here's a great story that kind of relates to that. When Randy had qualified for Hawaii Ironman, a woman that he was working with, who was also his teammate, he had already finished. She was coming towards the finish line. She was about probably 50 meters to the finish. He said to her, "Shannon, you're not at the finish line yet, let's go." So she proceeds to pass this woman literally at the finish line. Well, if she hadn't passed that woman at the finish line, she wouldn't have gotten a slot to the Hawaii Ironman. So, you got to stick with the effort all the way to the end. And that's a great story to tell to keep yourself in the game. All right, so we're going to do the exact same thing we just did. But here's the difference. We're going to do the first 3 minutes in your big ring, 19. If that gear is a little too much, you can go ahead and shift to something easier. So remember, 28, 25, 23, 21, 19. Now the cadence will drop, 80 to 85. 3 minutes. Let's go. Those of you using power, you might need to back this down to your 21 to get in the right zone. And again, concentrate on whatever metric is going to keep you in the right zone. That's the key to these. These are really patience, lots of patience here. But we're building tons of power because you're going from the zone 3 effort right into that zone 4 effort. Keep the legs turning. Remember, if you're feeling a little rub on that front derailleur, you can trim it by just pushing slightly that inner part of the left shifter. If you push it too far, you'll shift down to your small ring. It's kind of fun to play with the trim on that front derailleur. Holding that cadence. I'm going to say 80 to 90 because you might still be able to hold 90 cadence at the effort level you want. I'm actually holding 90 and I'm right where I want to be. We're coming up on 2 minutes. We're staying here for 3. Settle into it. So I found this 15 incredible cool facts about snow. Some of you might have heard this before. Snow is translucent. It is not white. It's actually colorless, according to this article. It's the light reflecting off of the snowflake that makes it appear white. Which is kind of cool. Never knew that. And it was coming down today. We probably got 8 inches at our house already. All right, we're coming up to 3 minutes. So what are you going to do next? You're going to move your gear to your 15. You're going to stay within 75, 85 cadence. And you're going to go to zone 4. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 2 minutes here. I'm right at 85. If you're following my leg speed. Right away, You'll feel your heart rate coming up, power increasing instantly. These efforts are so good. They're building such an amazing engine. We're going to all be busting out of the gate when that nice weekend comes. Sit in your bike like you would sit outside. Heads are up. Elbows are bent. Bodies are tall. Almost there. Stay consistent. 30 seconds to go. And remember, when I say 3, you're going to hold on to that same effort. 3, 2, 1 is not it. Haha. I faked you out. Wanted to see if you wanted to react. Here we go for real. 3, 2, 1. Small ring. Easy gear. Woo, nice. Take a drink. 2 minutes easy. All right, so this next one, you're going to kind of see how these build. This is kind of a cool workout because I kind of give you a little teaser at the beginning. Then we work through the central part of the workout. And then these last 2 sets, bring it all together. So the next one, it's only 6 minutes long. We're going to do 1 minute all out again, just like that first full set after our warm-up. We're going to do 2 minutes in zone 4, which means you're going to go nice and high for 2 minutes. Then we're going to drop into zone 3 for 2 minutes, which is going to be the hard part because you've already done 3 minutes at a high level. And then for the last minute, you're going to go all out again, just like the top. So settle in now. Allow the body to recover so you can do this next effort to the best of your abilities. So the first one, all out, we're looking for you to get a 90 to 100 cadence because that's it. When you sprint, when you go hard, your cadence is going to increase. I'm going to give you a gear suggestion. You can use it, or you can go to something easier or harder, depending on your definition of all out. So small ring around your 18 or your 19. So find that gear. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 90 to 100. We're looking for 1 minute of all out. Keep it steady. I'll give you a 15-second. 15 down. If you want to kind of build it. We're looking for that high cadence. That's the part we really want right now. We want you to bust out of that gate. It's almost like a start in a cyclocross race. It's all out. Coming up on 45. Keep the legs spinning. When I count it down, you're going to shift to your 15. Cadence will be 80 to 90. 3, 2, 1. We're looking for 2 minutes of zone 4, 80 to 90. Settle in. Find the effort. Keep the cadence steady. I'm right at 90. If you're following me. And again, 8 to 9 on the RPE scale. Get tall in your torso. Now is when we start to slouch. 1 more minute to go here on this effort. At this stage, at this zone. Keep your legs turning. $30 seconds to go. Then you're going to move to zone 3. You're going to shift back up to the 18 or 19. And you're going to hold 90 to 100 cadence for 2 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Make that shift. Somewhere around your 19. 90 to 100. If you need to bring your heart rate down, then stay at 90. If you're working at power, you might need closer to 100. Hopefully your breathing will start to come down. Of course, I'm putting the cadence a little high. I'm at 100 because I need that for my power. Feel yourself settling in. 1 more minute here. Then we're going to finish this set with another all-out effort. Should really start to feel the heart rate coming down here. If you're doing this properly and correct. If you're just getting back at it, don't worry if the heart rate's way up there. Starting to get ready or get back into the swing of things. If it hasn't worked out for a while, it's like, hey, wait a minute, what are you doing to me? All right, we got 10 seconds. So you're going to go back down to your 15 and then give me an all out. 1 minute. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 80 to 100, really 90 to 100. If you're sitting at 80, that's not an all-out effort. Really go for it here. Come on. Keep the leg speed high. 30 seconds to go. Force yourself to go hard. Determine who you're catching. And if you're catching them, 10 to go. Hold on to it. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Nice easy gear. Yikes. Whew. Take a drink. Towel off. Spin the legs. Don't sit there without moving your legs. Take a drink. Towel off. Let yourself recover. That's the best part about these efforts, is you get recovery here. If you did a spin class, you might not get so much recovery. Because they like to stand up for the whole class. And I'm not quite sure. I know that one of the spin studios near us, they were doing outside classes under a tent. I tell you what, I give those guys a ton of credit for staying in business. Can't be easy in this climate. But people want to work out just like you guys do. So I definitely know the drive to make it happen. All right. So here comes our last full effort. It's going to look like the last one did, but here's the difference. We're going to do 1 minute all out. Then we're going to sit for a minute at zone 3. Then we're going to move into zone 4 for an all out, for a zone 4 effort. Then we're going to do a 1 minute all out effort, followed by, after that minute has completed, a 10-second sprint. That's the hardest part. When you've gone all out and you still have to put 10 more seconds of effort into it. So don't think it's going to go 50 seconds for that last minute and 10 seconds of sprint. It's a full minute and then 10 seconds of a sprint. All right, so here's how we're going to start. Same as last time. Small ring around your 19. Cadence 90 to 100. All out for a minute. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. High cadence. Pick it up. You're going to get to settle in to zone 3 after this minute. So really jump out in front of the group. Get yourself away from everybody. Really get the legs going and feel good about that strong minute. Because then you're going to settle in to that zone 3 effort. 25 to go. Stick with it. Almost near the end. You know the deal. This is when it counts here in these last couple of minutes. Keep it going. 90 to 100. 3, 2. Give yourself one easier gear. Bring your cadence between 90 and 100 again. Settle into zone 3. If you need to drop that cadence down or shift that gear to get the heart rate to respond, do that. I'm right at 90. I'm right where I need to be. These last 2 minutes are going to be the most crucial. You got a little break here for a minute. Now you're going to bring it up. You can either go to your big ring and to whatever holds your bottom of the 4, or you can stay where you are and go to your 15. 3, 2, 1. Bring your effort up. Depending on what gear you're in, 80 to 100, zone 4. Let's go. Dial it in. It's only a minute. I'm right there. 85 is my cadence. 87 actually. Right at zone 4. After this minute, it's a minute of all out. 3, 2, give yourself one easier gear. Bring that cadence up. Try to hold 90 to 100. Come on now. A full minute with a 10-second out of the saddle to finish. Let's go. 30 seconds. Keep the cadence steady. Keep the effort strong. 15 seconds. Down in your drops. 1 harder gear. 3, 2, out of the saddle. Come on, 10 seconds. Go for it. 3, 2, 1. Woo. Yikes. Wow. Yowza. If you got the zone 5, that's the kind of effort that'll do it. Spin the legs. You should be almost done with your water. You've had a good 2 minutes recovery in between each of these. Plenty of time to take a couple sips of water. So here's something that I want you guys not to do. Sometimes when you're taking a drink, some of the newer water bottles have that little, almost like a suction valve in the stem itself. And when you squeeze it, you squeeze the bottle, it opens that suction valve and allows you to drink it. So when you take a drink of water, take a drink, squeeze it, let the water come into your mouth and swallow it. Try not to keep your bottle here and go. You can hear my bottle. Pushing air, pushing air, pushing air, pushing air. All that's doing is pushing air into your belly. So if you find yourself sometimes having kind of like stomach issues, it may be because of the way you're drinking your bottle. So just take a drink, squeeze the water, bring the bottle away from your face if you want to take a second drink. And again, remember, find bottles with that little crease so you can put the bottle in the cage and pull the bottle from the cage to your mouth and back. All right. As you know, I like to finish fast. We're going to do one last short effort. It's only going to be 2 minutes long. It's going to be 15 seconds, just like we started. Fast pedaling effort at 110. Stay in the easiest gear you have, or if you need to shift down to 1 harder gear, that's fine too. 15 easy, 15 110. That's how it's going to go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's do 15 110. If you start to bounce, give yourself 1 harder gear. Allow the legs to just spin this. Do this without effort. 3, 2, 1. Settle it down. Bring the cadence down. Even if it's to 80, that's fine with me. This is a cool down. Remember, this isn't a warm up. So we're just trying to flush out. 3, 2, bringing it up. 110. Make it feel like you're not putting any effort. And what do you have to do? Make your feet light. That makes your legs light. 3, 2, easy. Dial it back down. Just going to calm down. Let the legs find some life again. 3, 2, bringing it up. Up to 110. Even if you make it a gradual 110, kind of start at 90, go to 95, go to 100, 105, 110, and back down to easy. Keep it going. We want to just cool down. Hopefully the sweating process is starting to slow. Your breathing has gone down to practically zone 2, bringing it up to 110. Fast legs, fast legs. Holding steady in the core. 3, 2, nice and easy. Just spin it out. All right, go ahead and shift to the easiest gear you have on your bike. Spin at a nice 80, maybe 90 if it feels comfortable. We're just going to spin here for a couple more minutes to keep cooling down. I'll give you some more snow facts. Snowflakes aren't the only form of snow. Snow can also precipitate as sleet or graupel. I never heard of graupel. Not to be confused with hail. Graupel or snow pellets are opaque ice particles that forms in the atmosphere as ice crystals falling from the freezing cloud droplets. That's interesting. All right, I love this one. Syracuse tried to make snow illegal. America's snowiest major city has an impressive arsenal of plows, but in 1992, it tried a new trick to control the white stuff. The city's common council passed a decree that any more snow before Christmas Eve is illegal. As it turned out, Mother Nature wasn't having it. It snowed just 2 days later. So I guess you definitely can't mess with Mother Nature. All right, we're going to keep our legs spinning. I like this one. Each winter in the U.S., at least 1 septillion ice crystals fall from the sky. So who knows how many zeros there are in septillion? I know there's somebody out there. 24. That is a long number. The most snowfall, and this may have changed based on what we recently had, in a 24-hour period in the United States was 75.8 inches. In 1921, over 6 feet of snow fell between April 14th and April 15th in Silver Lake, Colorado. Man, I wouldn't want to shovel that. That is crazy. Snow has never been reported where? Key West. The coldest temperature on record for Florida City, which reached in 1981, was 41 degrees. So if you want to stay away from the snow, I guess you got to go to Key West. All right. And here's a really fun one. If you've done this as a kid or maybe even as an adult. Igloos can be more than 100 degrees warmer inside than outside. So when you put your body temperature in there, it can raise it up, and that temperature inside is much warmer. That's why Eskimos are so smart in building igloos. All right, guys, this was good. We got 30 more seconds. I hope everybody enjoyed that one. I welcome all those people that have joined us for the first time. Hopefully you will continue to come back. Tuesdays at 7 o'clock, Thursdays at 6 o'clock, And it's so nice to see all your smiling faces. All right, I'm going to stop my watches. You guys can stop yours. And if you want to say anything, you can open your own phone line. Woo!